Welcome to the PowerSchool login tutorial. Today I'll be showing you where to locate the login link for PowerSchool, how to log in for the first time or log in each time after, and then break down what PowerSchool, what features are used, and how to update your PowerSchool if need be. So we're going to start here. We're on the district homepage, not necessarily the elementary or the high school. We are on the main homepage. This is where you find those major announcements that are sent out across the top up here. We're going to scroll down, and on the right-hand side, you will see this quick links. This is where you have the Google Classroom tutorial, logging in for Frontline, and here's our PowerSchool that we want. We're going to click PowerSchool. Now, what I would suggest for ease of finding in the future, whether this is for you or your student, is I would bookmark this page. And how you bookmark a page is you come up here to the web address bar, and I already have it bookmarked, but you're going to make this star so it's blue. Normally it's not blue. So you're going to click on it. It's going to make it blue. And when you do so, it's going to give you an option of how you want to name it. Now, when it pops up, normally it says parent and student. It doesn't say anything about PowerSchool. So I would erase that and either name it PowerSchool. Here is where you can choose where you would like to place this bookmark. Since this is something that I would access quite often, I would put it up here on my bookmark bar. Otherwise, you can create other folders. Here you could say choose another folder. That's where you could create one, and it kind of puts it off to the side and you can go find it and locate it. But I want this to be my regular bookmark, so I'm going to say done. And then here you can see this SIS and PowerSchool. Now, if you have a lot of stuff on your bookmark bar already, what you can do is when you open this, actually don't put anything here. And this goes for any type of bookmarking to save space up there. If you just delete all the words, it's going to put an icon up there for you. Now, as long as you can remember, like SIS isn't really associated with PowerSchool, that's fine. But if it's something you might not remember what it's for, then that's where you might want to put that tag. But now you can find it very easily up here. Okay, logging in. If you are logging in for the very first time, you're going to click Create Account. And to gain the information that you need to create this initial login, you will need to make sure that you have reached out to the administrative assistants from the building that your student or students are in, and they will send you a PDF with the information needed to fill out this first time going through creating a parent account. Once you have that PDF, you will be able to go through, fill out this information, have the student information that you need to input here. Then you will go all the way to the bottom, you will click enter, and it's going to send you an email, a confirmation email with your username and password letting you know that this has successfully been set up. After that has happened, the next time you come in, you will want to do sign in here. You'll put your username and password. We're going to say sign in. And now you are in PowerSchool. PowerSchool mainly is used for grades and attendance. You will see over here on the left-hand side that there are a few other tabs, but we may utilize those features through a different format or program. So this main page that you first come in is the grades and attendance. This is where you can go through. And depending on what grade your child is, this is obviously going to be utilized differently. You know, if you're in the upper grades, junior high, high school, this is probably going to be utilized a lot more and have a lot more breakdown to it and information. Whereas with the younger kids, it might just be overall grades and not specific assignment by assignment. I have one child only in here right now, but if you have multiple children, they will be across the top up here. And this is how you can navigate back and forth between your children. So you have missing assignments reports, possibly you can get grade history, attendance. This is a big one. So if you want to double check and make sure that their attendance is recorded properly or there isn't an incorrect recording of attendance. One that I want to focus on right now is email notification. This is very, very helpful in notifications and you deciding if and how you would like to get notifications in regards to your students' grades and attendance. So the first thing that you'll want to double check is make sure that this email is correct up here. And if it's not, I'm going to show you where you can change that in a moment. And then you can click these boxes depending on what type of notification you would like to get in the future here through email. This balance alert, this is not connected to their lunch right now. That is used through a different application that can be found on these the home pages of the high school and elementary school. School announcements, we use School Messenger, so that's different. This is not associated with School Messenger right here for school announcements. So mainly these first three. And you can pick one, you can pick all of them. Here's where you can add additional emails. So if this is the parent login, you might want to add your student's email, or maybe it's another spouse or grandma and grandpa for some reason. You can add in as many email addresses here that you would like to get these notifications. And then down here, you can choose the frequency. So right now mine says never, just because my kids are so little, but here you can choose how often you're getting those notifications, whether you want it to apply to all of your students, or obviously if you had more than one, it would show you a breakdown of your students to choose for that. And then don't forget to click submit. Okay, teacher comments, if teachers are leaving comments on your students' grades, student report cards, school bulletin. Again, we don't really utilize this because we put everything out on our main page or through School Messenger. Balance, same thing, we use a different program. This can show your students' schedule for the trimester. And then school information. This is if you needed contact information for some reason for the building that your children are in. Shows the principal, administrative assistants. That can be helpful sometimes if you're looking for those. And then account preferences. This is great because this is where I was saying you can change that email address. So this is for the main email for the overall account. If you ever needed to update it, please come in, update it here, and make sure that you click save. You can also edit your username and password if you would like. And then you can also look under your students. Again, not much to it, just showing what your students' names are. The last thing I want to show you is if we go back up here to grades and attendance, this is that main dashboard. If we scroll all the way to the bottom, School Messenger appears down here. Now, for some reason, it doesn't show up on any of the other tabs, but when you're on the main dashboard, you can click School Messenger. And this is how we send out major messages to our school district. You can see all of the various notifications and alerts that went out. It can tell you, you can click on your messages, see more, okay? Now, the one thing that I would say to do is if you click on preferences here, you can't actually change your preferences on here, but what you can do is you can double check them to make sure that the school has the correct information. And if there is incorrect information in here, please contact those administrative assistants and give them the correct contact information as to where you would like these school messengers being sent to. So you have the phone number here, you have the email, you can go through and double check each one of these for, non-school hour emergencies, attendance, general. And there is one more spot that to opt into the texting, because I know that there was a little bit of a snafu about a month ago where the texting kind of stopped for a little bit. If you want to opt into those text messages, right here on the district homepage in this announcement feed, right here is how to opt into the text messages for School Messenger. So you can click this link. And right here, it walks you through what number to text, what you need to text. There's even a QR code that you could simply scan. If you bring up your camera, it'll take you there, and you can make sure that you are opted in to receiving the text messages along with the emails coming to that address. All right, well, thank you for coming and checking out the tutorial on how to use PowerSchool. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to your administrative assistant for the buildings that your children are in. And again, for elementary school, that is Miss Danelle Klein. And for the junior high and high school, that's Miss Lynn Bishop. Okay, have a great day.